Okay. Hmm. All right. So yeah, what's up everyone? Rando Game Guy again with a Rando Game blog for you guys today. Before we begin, social distance, mask, alcohol, face shield, social distance, and all those good things. And stay safe man uh, kung lalabas kayo, as much as possible, be sure na important to and all those things ba. So, before we begin, I would just like to say I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to make any sort of vlogs within the past few months. I've actually been very busy. Very busy indeed. Why was I very busy, you ask? I was actually looking for better opportunities, if you would. And currently, as you can see with the headset, I actually started working for a brand new company sometime this October 27, but I'll leave it I'll leave it to your imagination on what that is. So yeah, I just want to say first that if you resign, you always need to make sure that you have a plan while you're waiting to find a better opportunity. So make sure also that you have a plan and not always panic if you would. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. No problems, issues, trust issues, or financial issues because we're not physically equipped for financial issues as of right now due to the global pandemic. And while we're at it, I've actually been visiting some very old games that I haven't played since God knows when. So yeah, I've actually been playing King's Raid. You might ask, why King's Raid? It's actually a pretty fun game. Let me just pull it up for you guys. Let's see here. Okay, King's Raid. Here we go. Okay, King's Raid was released about September 19, 2016, which makes it already 4 years old today. At least 4 days after my birthday. So, King's Raid is a free-to-play side-scrolling RPG game which is developed in South Korea, which actually produces a lot of pretty good games, to be honest with you guys. And it's actually home of some of the best esports players to date, like SKT, for example. League of Legends is actually one of the good games that being played today, but I've already covered that, so let's get on with the show. You might notice I will raise my leg because it's relaxing. Don't blame me. Okay, so far I actually my account originally in King's Raid was actually gone, and I actually tried to play it again with a new save. I go by the name RG Game Guy, so I can get the feel of starting all over again. So this is the login screen. It's actually pretty cool. The animation, aesthetics wise, and all those good things. So yeah, while we're at it, while we're waiting for the game to load, I just want to point out that playing games is actually pretty fun, relaxing, depending on how you look at it. Don't try to be a pro gamer at the get go of the game. Don't always try to like push for something that you're not equipped yet to get. So yeah, let's head into the game. Login screen, pretty good, pretty good. Wait, wait. Okay. So this is the starting town, which is actually the only town in the game, which is Orvel, if I remember the name correctly. So in King's Raid, you are actually allowed to do plenty of things, normally raiding, hence the name of the game, which is King's Raid. So, raid, world bosses, challenge raid, Temple of God, which it's actually pretty good. The Temple of God is actually where you can unleash your weapon's soul, so to speak. I'll get to that later. So, since I'm already level 44, I've actually been playing this since about a couple of months ago, maybe more. I actually lost track, so do forgive me. So, just to give you a heads up on the gameplay, I'll just play the last map that I played at. So, it's chapter 8 already since I've actually been grinding for XP. So, yeah. Let's see here. Uh, Lava breeding grounds, the hellhound looking thing. So you may notice about a few characters. This is my current party setup. It's actually pretty good. Uh, this is this girl here. Oops. Okay. One moment. This right here, the one with the level 100. She's actually part of my original back in about 2000, yeah, 2016, when this got released. Selena, the Elven Archer, was actually part of my original account's champions, but now, since I no longer have access to that account, I'm playing this for uh for nostalgia. So yeah, enough of me talking mindless nonsense, and let's get on with the raid. So once you start the battle, uh, sorry it won't be seen clearly, but I'll do my best. So here we go. Starting the battle. Hilda is actually a pretty good hero as of right now, but I'm only in it for the gameplay, not for the builds and compositions. So here, I'm sorry if there is like a inconsistency with the video quality. I'm still working on getting a brand new laptop, so do forgive me. So yeah, if you can notice on the top left corner of the screen is actually the DPS rate of my characters. Currently, my character can deal up to 3 mil. My best girl. So, at one raid, she can deal up to 96 mil damage, which is actually pretty fun. Next to that is Cecilia, which is actually my mechanic. She can deal up to a quarter of that damage, around 30, 25 to 30 mil. So now that uh, now that you saw the gameplay wise, let's get to the classes. Currently, there's actually, let's see here. No, that's not it. There's seven classes in total in King's Raid. The Knight, which is your tank, Warrior, Assassin, which is basically your physical damage dealer, but they can also deal magic damage as well, but I'll cover that later. Archers, distance bursty. Sometimes they rely on attack speed, but they do deal high crit damage. So yeah, mechanic. I haven't really gone over the mechanic class because I'm still getting used to it again. Wizard is actually a pretty good class. Lots of crowd control and Isolette, the latest addition to my team, if you would, is actually pretty good. She can deal high amount of physical damage despite being a wizard. She can also give buffs to allies like uh, increase attack damage, but she really shines when it comes to uh, fighting in group battles because her spells her spells are mostly area of effect and crowd control, which is actually pretty nice when you're dealing with a lot of enemies. For example, the sacred underground dungeons, I believe is the name. The stage 4 to 6 XP dungeons there where is actually pretty hard, especially stage 6 when you have to deal with slimes that reproduce infinitely unless you can kill them first before they kill you. So I want just to say that to change the what excuse me to change what I said earlier about the secret dungeon, it's actually stockade vault is the right term. So for me, gameplay wise, it's actually pretty relaxing, especially the auto raid function or autoplay function. At least this way, while you're doing something else, the game will run on its own, and you just need to check back every now and again to make sure that your inventory is empty. But if it's full, you can either let me just bring it up again. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can grind, which is the middle button here. Sell, which is basically how you. That's actually one way for you to earn gold. And store gear, which is actually goes to your storage. So yeah, when it comes to this particular game, I really like it. There's not a lot of games that offers the auto raid functions, and mostly the games today are only offering gacha, as they say it. Gacha games are actually pretty okay, but if you're if you have a fat wallet, if you would, then you're well and good to win in gacha games. Sometimes free to play games are being turned to pay to win, which is actually pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah. So yeah, when it comes to playing this game, at first when I played this about 4 years back, it was actually meh. I wasn't actually into these types of games back then, since I was actually busy playing either League of Legends, uh, Star Wars, the Old Republic, or my my all-time favorite, RF Online. But at the time, it was already dead to me. But now it will stay dead. There was actually an incident that happened with me with in RF Online. Hmm, but I don't want to get back to that. If that game died to me, then let it stay dead, if you would. I don't care what people say if they they think I'm weak, or I might get accused for something that I never did when I am on quote. unquote, playing solo and only joined a guild for the aesthetics. Yeah, I did a lot of things when playing games, but I always try to make sure that I comply with the rules, regulations, and also ensuring that I don't cross the line. For example, scamming, hacking. I don't do that. Never, never got a chance. Never will. Because scamming is just a colossal waste of time, to be honest with you. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your effort, energy when you can just uh, divert that energy to something productive like working, being a good provider to the family, bringing that sweet bread on the table. Make sure that bread is buttered up nicely. Butter, I like it. I really do. So yeah, when it comes to this game, it really reminds me of some good things. Some good things. When I at when I started playing this game around 2016, late of 2016, I actually remember bursting down an enemy during the first few months for the PvP. I actually reached gold 3 if I remember correctly. When I reached the rank of gold 3 at the time, I was unstoppable. My original team comp was Klaus, Nalia, Yane, Frey, but I swap out Yane with Selena whenever I get the chance because I'm bored. But then again, I re this game left a mark on me since its strategy. It's actually my bread and butter these days. Strategy games are always my bread and butter. It actually keeps my mind focused. Like, let's say, Stars and Shadow. It's actually a turn-based game that I've been playing recently. It's actually pretty fun, but I should warn you when you play Stars and Shadow that the AI is actually punishing. Let's say you're on medium difficulty, the or but I normally play on hard or insane. The AI on Stars and Shadow is actually pretty brutal, especially when it's your first time playing the game and you actually pick the Gremak Empire, which is actually a snake race who actually prioritizes slavery, if you would. Excuse me, I just ate some snacks earlier, so ooh, it's fighting back, if you would. So yeah, I guess that's about to cover for now since I'm just getting back. But before I wrap up, I just want to give big thanks to the squad always taking who always got my back, especially a small child, if you would. That little one ba uh, helps me a lot when it comes to random things like either my story blog, which is still available in Royal Road and Wattpad, gaming, and others. But still, it's actually pretty fun to have them around. So yeah, that's about it for me. So before I wrap things up nicely with a bow, I I'm really sorry that I haven't made any vlogs lately, and since I'm focusing on my work. I will still do my best to catch up on my vlogs, and I'll also update you guys and see if I can get a brand new laptop. But first, uh, I need to get my head in the game, if you would. So yeah, that's everything from me. Again, uh, face mask, shield, social distance, and don't forget your alcohol for your protection outside, vitamins, rest, eat, and don't do dieting because it's actually not helpful nowadays. So yeah, this is RG Game Guy, or should I say Random Game Guy, signing off. I hope you have a good one. Take care, and don't forget to smile. Bye.